Hello, everyone. It's July 8th. It's Bill DiOrio speaking to you from an undisclosed location in North Boulder. And I wanted to talk to you about, just wanted to read a guest opinion I wrote, which may or may not be published in the local papers. It's highlighting some important issues and differences between myself and my opponent in the House District 10 race. I hope that you will listen and pay attention. So I'm running for the Colorado State House in District 10, and I wanted to explain why I believe that I am the better person to represent the people of Boulder than our current representative, Junie Joseph. The contrast between the two of us, I think on most issues, could not be more stark, but the overriding concern that I have is that Junie is a member of a radical Marxist organization called the Democratic Socialists of America. As they make clear in their website, this is not just a liberal debating society. They are hardcore Marxists who explicitly advocate for the overthrow of the U.S. Constitution. And I can demonstrate to you in just a bit. So if you elect Junie to be our representative, you will also be getting the 10-point program of the Communist Manifesto. Make no mistake about it, that is true as it can be. I, on the other hand, I support the Constitution and will actively defend it as it was written by our founding fathers, explained by the Federalist Papers. This includes the duty of the state to protect life, defend property rights, and advance the inalienable rights of citizens based on equal justice for all, the rule of law, and the Bill of Rights. The Democratic Socialists of America favor a radical program, several of them, including elimination of the Senate, the abolition of the Electoral College, the placing of all legislative power in the hands of a single House of Representatives whose dictates are outside the reach of any review, either by presidential veto or ruling by the Supreme Court. So eliminating any check and balance on the legislature and basically giving them carte blanche. This is a recipe for dictatorship of the worst kind, especially if combined with a malicious or incompetent president. Sound familiar? The DSA also favors the elimination of private property rights, including the right of inheritance. Think about that, what that means to you and your family. The ability of individuals to own property and build wealth is the key to a just and productive society. The DSA program is really just the Sovietization of the United States. I wonder if most people in House District 10 are even aware of the fundamental conflict between Junie's avowed political party and the oath of office that she swore if and when she became a U.S. citizen, and if and when she was sworn into the House of Representatives. The point is, you cannot swear an oath to defend the Constitution at the same time that you belong to an organization that wants to overthrow it. It makes no sense. So if you oppose things like gender modification, promotion of the LGBTQ plus agenda, exclusion of parents from schools, publicly funded abortions to the day of birth, defunding the police, elimination of all misdemeanor offenses, defunding prosecutor offices, elimination of cash bail, freeing all prison inmates, I like that one, disarming law-abiding citizens, uncontrolled immigration of people who do not present passports or enter through legal entry points, the state takeover of local land use decisions like zoning, and unchecked executive authority to declare emergencies and impose lockdowns a la COVID. If you oppose these things, you definitely want to support my candidacy. There's no reason why Boulder needs to send a Marxist to the State House, and I am the alternative. We need to be awake to the real threat to our democracy, which is from the revolutionary left that is actively seeking to create a dictatorship based on class, race, and gender identity. You don't have to take my word for it. Just go to their website and read their platform. You can also read more about my positions on my YouTube channel, which is just youtube.com/@Bill4HD10. So that's the letter. I don't know if it will show up. Here's the right here is the URL for the Democratic Socialists of America. So I urge you to go to the website and read it. Now, what I printed out their platform. It's just a modest little platform, 17 pages long, and I'll just go through it quickly and just show you some of the things that stand out. Of course, their preamble certifies themselves as democratic socialists who are fighting to win a world organized and governed by and for the vast majority, which is the working class. This is the Marxist dictatorship of the proletariat. And the question is, who's a part of the working class? They want to end capitalist exploitation and inextricably tied, which is inextricably tied to our fight against oppression. And so, capitalism is the right to own property. So if you want your property confiscated and you want your life run by a group of unelected bureaucrats, then you definitely want to vote for Junie. Emancipate all people by forging the multiracial working class. Again, they're constantly harping on gender and race and just trying to divide the population and create conflict based on things that really should not be a point of conflict at all. Again, they have no choice but to fight. We fight for a political system that empowers the working class to govern society in our best interests. That's nice. And they want to create a new political order through the Second Constitutional Convention to write the founding documents of the new socialist democracy. Now, this is exactly to do this, is advocating the overthrow of the U.S. Constitution. This woman swore an oath to defend the Constitution, and she ascribes to a party who explicitly want to overthrow the Constitution and start over. They want to abolish the Senate and the Electoral College, abolish the filibuster, add more seats so that they can have this huge parliament with hundreds and hundreds of members that can be easily manipulated. Ultimately, this will be a complete fascist state because a parliament like that can be easily manipulated by an executive. They want to add D.C. as a state, and all disenfranchisement based on criminal convictions. So no matter what felony you've committed, you'll never lose the right to vote. Extension of voting rights for non-citizens. I mean, is this what you want? Do you want anybody who walks into this country to be able to vote? Mail-in ballots at every state. That's the hallmark of a bad election is mail-in ballots. Defunding the police. Ending all misdemeanor offenses. That's interesting. Shoplifting would no longer be an offense. Assault, public drunkenness. You name it. But if there's no misdemeanor offenses, that leaves the door open for a lot of bad behavior. Eliminate all fees for legal processes. Free people from involuntary confinement. So that means no more prisons. Nobody goes to jail. Empty the prisons out. Good Lord. Then they want to disarm law enforcement officers. Repeal truancy laws so kids don't go to school. And then let undocumented community members come home. In other words, open borders. What is the point of being a citizen if anybody who comes across the border has the rights of a citizen? Then repealing ordinances that criminalize people based on sex trade and drug trades. So this is legalized drug dealing and legalized prostitution. Is this the kind of world that you want to live in? This is what they're advocating. Then, of course, white supremacy, got to eliminate that. And one of the things that they want to do is as they want to establish community-based response systems to deal with people who are considered socially regressive. If you're anti-Semitic, anti-Latino, anti-black, anti-indigenous, Islamophobic, or anti-gay, these community-based response systems can show up at your door and drag you out for re-education. This sounds like the Cultural Revolution. Of course, ban state and local resources from helping with immigration enforcement. So it goes on and on. All these social ownership of utilities, public ownership of all communications technology, and expanded infrastructure. These are all points in the Communist Manifesto, guys. So anyway, enough of that. It just goes, God, I go to the website and read this. I implore you to wake up to the fact that this is a real threat to the state of Colorado. This lady will probably want to go to Congress, and she seems to be like beyond any criticism because she's a black woman who comes from Haiti, and that has nothing to do with it. We should not have her as our representative because she's a Marxist. That's simple. And so I urge you to read this and to give me your vote. Trust me, I am one of you. I've lived in this town for 50 years, and I will definitely stand up for your rights in the State House. So thanks very much.